Here we go. That's the night rig. The Lotus Classique. And here we are in Grand Palm to go for a night ride. This might be kind of silly, but I think I'm gonna get the Strava going too. No. Why not? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Okay. Really need some new pedals. These things have no interest in getting clipped in. I don't know what this is going to look like either, or how bad the wind noise is going to be. I don't even know if the camera's aimed right. There's a whole lot that I just don't really know right now. It's really buggy out, so that's fun. How long the headlight battery's gonna last. I probably sound like Eeyore right now. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's probably not gonna go right. But hopefully it does. Very quiet neighborhood. So you can really just blow through stop signs. If you look both ways, don't see headlights. It's very, very quiet here, which is very nice. For all intents and purposes, it's an exceptional place to go for bicycle riding in general, but at nighttime, absolutely fantastic. Very quiet, nice starry, clear night. Temperature's perfect, humidity's pretty darn good. We're just gonna do maybe a couple loops on the Huge, which is, you know, I pull out of my house and I go on this road, blow through all the stop signs like an inconsiderate prick. Turn right onto Still River, which is up here a ways. But let's see. I grew up a New Hampshire boy out in the woods. My parents' house quietly nestled on 14 acres in the middle of nowhere. Got to enjoy all the space, the lack of neighbors being able to see right into your bedroom. Blowing through this one too. So, all this neighborly nonsense where you can look into your neighbor's living room, I didn't have that. And now look at me. I have the opposite of what I grew up with. However, I will say, it's nice for this. It's nice for going out on bicycle rides at night, enjoying the lack of traffic, yet having reasonably sufficient light from the sky above. I remember New England being a lot darker, so it was a little different. Nice thing about Florida, the sky is pretty big and bright. Hunter's Creek. And now we're just blasting around. A lot of times if I'm doing this loop, I'll do like little personal best type of time trials to see how well I can do, how quick I can do it, but I haven't been on the bike in a while. I feel pretty out of shape. So I'm just gonna spin a little and not go too crazy. Plus it makes talking easier, which I don't know if you can hear or not, so that's fun. I can only imagine there's a metric ass ton of wind noise. And who knows, if I even do decide to do anything with this video, it'll probably end up being a voiceover, because I bet the wind noise is gonna suck. So here we are. But it is pretty. Nice to get the blood flowing. Feel like you're actually doing something instead of just coming home and watching TV. I get to go out and get a little exercise, clear my mind. Because I'm one of those ADHD, overthink everything people. That's a tough way to live, but this definitely helps. If you find yourself to be one of those people, this is one of those ways that can definitely help out a significant amount. Get the blood flowing, do a little exercise, clear your head. Makes a huge difference. It's sensational. One thing you're gonna notice that reminds me about riding around here at night is the lack of traffic, which goes back to what I was saying. We have an HOA, obviously, if you can't tell. And like I said, I'm not one of those people who enjoys paying for that every month and stuff, but at the same time, it makes situations like this far more enjoyable than it could be. And I don't know. I also kind of feel like if you don't live in a place like this, but you live close to one, I mean, really, it's an excellent place to just go riding around your bicycle. I think just from a safety perspective. And that in turn is, you know, less stress, less BS you gotta think about, less worry. So that's enjoyable. But not a lot of traffic. It's quiet. It's a gated community. I mean, you get the idea. And I've done it at other communities too, where even if you don't live there, as long as you don't look like you're about to go stealing a bunch of stuff or wreak havoc in the whatever community you decide to go riding your bicycle in. I mean, I don't know if that's allowed or not, probably not, but you know, I don't condone that. I'm just saying though. Again, quiet enough where you can look, you can check to see if you see headlights, and if you don't, then that stop sign turns into a green light from 20 feet away. The proverbial green light. Yeah, I'll be home in a little bit, don't worry. Somebody was standing in the garage and it looked like I was talking to myself, which is exactly what I'm doing. A little self-conscious about that, so I try to make it look a little bit less like I'm a creep. Alright, so that's basically one lap, one loop, because my house is down that way. But this just keeps you on that loop, and it's a nice loop. And that's why I choose to go this way, is that I know it. It's like a exact amount of mileage that I forget right now conveniently. Maybe I'll look it up, I don't know. Just so the video has a little bit more meaningful context. And that's if you can even understand it. For all I know, I should stop talking right now because you can't hear anything. So what's the point? It's a little buggy out, but not in like a horrible way. It's really nice. It's a really nice place to ride. Just nice to get out and stroke them pedals. Quite enjoyable. Ugh, bugs. I feel like I inhaled one. Yucky. Yeah, quite nice. And it is really nice too. Like if you don't, I don't know. It's kind of like if you don't go too hard and you just have like a good pace, like what does that mean? Like a reasonably good, just mosey on along pace, but not so much where, you know, you're not pumping up your heartbeat at least a little bit, you know. I think the pros in cycling will call it like, what, zone something? Zone 2, zone 3. I think zone 2 is like the good for training one, and zone 3 is probably like a little easier. I don't know, maybe I'll put subtitles to make it so I'm not sounding like quite the idiot that I actually am. Whatever zone that it is, so that, you know, you get the best exercise. But to that point though, something about I think it was my Uncle Derek said, you know, don't go too crazy on that bike. Don't go nuts. Don't go too crazy. I mean, you can, you know, you're doing your body a favor if you just get like your 10,000 steps per day in, you know? You don't need to go completely nuts. We'll go this way because I'm taking a video. So I should at least make this mildly entertaining. Because we're on the second loop. We'll just go exploring around Grand Palm in sunny Venice, Florida. But anyways, yeah, he said, you know, you only need to, you know, don't go too crazy. Just get your 10,000 steps a day in. You don't need to like try to beat your own records all the time and everything like that. And, you know, I don't know, I guess he's not wrong. But it also depends on what your ambitions and goals and everything are. You know, if you want to be a bike racer and improve, then I think it's probably necessary to push yourself. But, you know, you can't just walk 10,000 steps and be ready for your local bike race. You kind of have to push yourself and train, and I think, you know, obviously it goes without saying that that's the big difference between a professional athlete and somebody who just wants to stay healthy. I'm not a professional athlete, nor do I want to be. That ship has sailed, even if I did want to do that. I'm going to be 39 in a month, so I think it's time that I start focusing on sustainable, long-term, don't go too bonkers types of exercise. I feel like, you know, cycling is definitely one of the ones that you can do that with and stuff. I enjoy the shit out of it. I think it's great. And, you know, but it all, you know, you can push yourself too far, you can push yourself just far enough, you can go a little too lightly. There's all sorts of in-betweens. So it's good for, you know, whatever you want it to be, which is one of the reasons why I like it so much. But this is nice, a nice leisurely pace, but yet enough to, you know, bump your heart rate up and get the blood flowing and use the muscles in your legs and everything else and all this stuff. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I highly recommend it. And also the cost to get into it too. Now, there's a bunch of pure blood cyclists out there who might, you know, say something to the tune of, you know, don't get into cycling if you're looking for a cheap sport or, you know, exercise regimen to get yourself into. Because, you know, it can get damn expensive. But I always say you can make any hobby or anything really expensive. Look at buying a car. You can get a $3,000 car, used, high miles, but decent and reliable to get yourself from point A to point B. It'll do the job. Or you can buy a $3 million hypercar or classic collectible car. And to be honest with you, as far as the main point of having a car to get you from point A to point B, the $3,000 one would probably be better. $3 million collectible car, I mean, that's meant to sit in the garage and appreciate in value these days, not necessarily get you from point A to point B. But anyways, what a dumb analogy. Hobbies though, you know, model trains. That circular model train set around the Christmas tree when you were a little kid can turn into tens of thousands of dollars in your home. You dedicate a whole entire room to model trains. You spend exorbitant amounts of money on model trains and all this stuff to make the scenery and everything else. Okay, stamp collecting, I'm sure that can get pricey. Cars, motorcycles, give me a break. I'm into both. I know how expensive they can be. Bicycles, same thing. This bike on Marketplace was 80 bucks. It's an old steel Lotus Japanese-made bicycle. It was 80 bucks. It's got period Shimano 105 components, and it was 80 bucks, and it's awesome, and it's perfect, and it looks cool. It's lighter than you might expect, and it rides phenomenally. Or you can go to a bike shop or order one online that's $10,000-$15,000 full carbon fiber, 15 pounds, way more than any mere mortal has any business riding. If anything, it's just an ego massager, or, you know, a clout chasing device. You know, you can say I have a $15,000, 15-pound carbon fiber missile, which is badass, but at the same time, like, good grief, like, at what cost do you need it to make you happy or be the tool to give you the exercise that you're after, for crying out loud? I don't know. I think that's a little extra. Yeah, golf carts, cars. There's not many of them. Somebody's smoking the reefer. And I'm gonna go right again. Sorry, so I'm not gonna go exactly the same way this time. I don't even know how this video is gonna come out. I don't even know if it's worth putting on the YouTube or whatever the heck my plan is with this. These bugs flying into my mouth when I'm talking to myself here. But yeah, I haven't been on the bike in quite some time. I feel very out of shape. But at the same time, it does feel really, really good to just actually get out and ride. So there is that. There are positives. However, one thing I'm really not sure about is how this video is going to turn out. I don't even know if it's really recording much of anything right now, but time will tell. Yeah, it definitely just feels really good to actually get out for probably, what is the millionth time? I don't know if I've said that like 5 times already. But yes, this is Grand Palm. This is the neighborhood in which I live and in which I go cycling. Here we are. It's a lovely old time. It's actually a pretty popular thing to do in my neighborhood. I see people riding around all the time. Not necessarily at night, but what they do have, I think, once a month is a full moon bike ride, which is fun. A bunch of people in the neighborhood get together and we just ride around for an hour or 2 or whatever it is, and you can come and go whenever you want, and it's a nice little setup. All right, so we're gonna go straight. And just divvy up the landscape a little bit. But yeah, it's a fun, enjoyable time. And there's a part of me that, like, I don't know, like I do crave a little adventure. So on the contrary to what I've been talking about, how this neighborhood's really nice and everything like that to go cycling around in, I mean, naturally, you know, there's a part of me that wants to go out and explore and be somewhere else and stuff like that. I think the only thing, though, is that my work schedule, especially during the week, is not necessarily very contingent with my desire to go and explore riding around all these different places. I gotta drop the kids off at school and then go to work till 6 p.m. and then, you know, I'm not too keen on the idea of riding around at night outside of the community just for safety reasons. And it is Florida. I don't know if anybody knows a thing or two when it comes to Florida, but the driving, just the driving a car, you're in a box with seatbelts and airbags. Just that is dangerous enough. Okay, let alone, you know, trying to even think about doing it in anything else, like a motorcycle. I mean, I have a motorcycle too, and that's, you know, that's an adventure, just being out and about in traffic with all the Florida drivers. So, you know, but I have a helmet and jacket and boots and pants and gloves and everything on. Cycling, it's like, yeah, I got this little styrofoam helmet, and that's pretty much it. So if anybody hits me while I'm riding a bicycle, I don't know. I'm not super enthusiastic about the idea of my chances being all that great. if anything happens. Hopefully not, knock on wood, but you know, and I think that's the whole thing with you know, any two-wheeled mode of transport. You really need to have that 360-degree awareness. You know, it's like you know, if you're a fighter jet pilot, they're always talking about 360 awareness. If you're, I think, who is it? God rest his soul, but Mike Valentine, the CEO, the founder of Valentine 1 radar detectors, he was in his advertisements, I remember it being a quote, he's a situational awareness enthusiast. And for some reason that ad really stuck with me. And if you're enjoying two wheels out and about anywhere, that's extremely important. You really do need to have that 360-degree situational awareness at all times. This would be a really ridiculous thing to be talking about if anything happened right now, which I'm hoping that nothing will, but not to sound like a schizo. Paranoia. Anyways, but yeah. So if you're riding bicycles or if you're on a motorcycle, 360-degree situational awareness is 100% a necessity at all times. Like I don't have mirrors right now, but I keep looking behind me just to make sure. And if you look to the side, then it quiets down because the wind noise goes away. Not that noise. Sorry if it pisses anybody off. But yeah, here we are. Just riding around Grand Pond, scoping it out. Checking out the sights. Palatka. I mean, it's pretty, you know, you're pretty much looking at the same thing for the most part, no matter where you go. There's no, I don't know. I don't want to say there's no variety, but at the same time, there's really no variety. It's just you know, you're just pedaling around, riding the bike. It's nice to get out in the fresh air and look at the clear blue, dark sky with the stars. Enjoy the views. You know, it's a nice place to ride. But yeah, like I said, there's not a lot of variety. There's no real sense of adventure. You know, and like I was saying, with that whole sense of adventure thing, it's a rant. I'm rambling, but you know, like you don't really want to go too far at this time of night, and that's what I was saying with my work schedule, is that it doesn't really align very well with wanting to get out there and go on adventures and stuff. But I would love to do that. I think to be fair though, I wholeheartedly miss riding in New England, because you had ups, downs, lefts, rights, mountains, elevation changes, winding roads, less crazy traffic. I mean, I haven't been up there in a while. I haven't been riding up there in a while, so what do I know? But I miss the pants off of that. That was nice. This is just very boring in comparison. It's boring, but it's like not stressful. It's comfortable. It's predictable-ish. Again, like I said, if you're in a gated community, it's not the worst thing. But you know, I mean, at the same time, there is a sort of what the F factor to it. It's, you know, it's boring and stuff, but anyways. Yeah, so I don't know. Here we are. It's fun. It's a nice place. But it's not, I don't know. I mean, it's not really anything to write home about, I guess. However, if you do want to look at the positives, because a lot of times I'm a little too focused on the negatives, year round you can do this. And it is nice year round. Okay, so during the summer, to be honest with you, if you go out at night, it's cool enough. I mean, it's the middle of May, and this is like perfect. So I have no complaints there. Obviously in the winter, it's nice and brisk, and the weather's drier, and that's also just as enjoyable. Summertime, really, it's like the summertime, like if you go out at night, then it's great. During the day, I mean, I don't know, put on the sunscreen, and good luck. It'll get a little hot. But at nighttime though, dude, absolutely fantastic. All right, this is like the darkest road there is, with no street signs or lights or anything. The land is called the land. But anyways, yeah, summertime, I mean, the thing with Florida too is that, especially in the summer, like it'll rain on a whim, so you literally have to watch the sky, keep an eye on any cloud movement, what color those clouds might be, etc. It can get a little nutty. But yeah, summertime is, you know, can get a little dicey as far as the weather goes. Precipitation and lightning and stuff. Temperature and humidity, I mean, really, it's not that bad if you do it at night. And I think you have to experience it both during the day and then at night in order to be able to say that, I suppose. Because if you're a New England rider and you've never been here and you come and ride at night in the summer here, you're gonna be like, yo, what the hell are you talking about, buddy? But at the same time, you know, who hasn't been to Florida? Everybody vacations here. That's the other thing they got us with. Come live where you vacation. Enjoy it the whole year. And you're like, yeah, that sounds good. And then you try and do it and you're like, hey, wait a minute, that's not how this works. And it actually sucks major ass. Not everything, but you know, certainly some things. I mean, we have a busy life. We got kids, they go to school. We work, both of us. It's hectic, it's crazy. I mean, we don't have any time for anything. On the weekends, we'll go to Disney. It's like the rat race, the American dream rat race. It's fucking brutal, but what are you gonna do? Anyways. But yeah, this is my little neighborhood, my little community. Where I can see there's a car coming, but I was gonna say this is how quiet it is. It's really not bad. Again, with the situational awareness, I have every right to be in the bike lane, but not to get too crazy here with the bullshit stories or whatever, but I do have distant relatives that were actually killed riding on the road. So, I don't know, I guess truth be told, that kind of plays a factor too. It makes me sit here and try to make good decisions in regards to traffic and my person placement management, I guess you would say. So, I don't know. Well, that got a little dark, but anyways, observation. Let's see, that's where we're headed back to now. But yeah, it's, you know, I mean, you can kind of feel it out. You can get the gist. It's like a nice neighborhood to ride in at night. Florida is a good place to ride. I mean, you know, this is where we live. This is where we are. It is what it is. It's not, you know, it's not my first choice. Okay, I'm more of an out in the woods, away from everybody, New England-y, elevation change kind of guy. But at the same time, I mean, it's not, you know, it's not the worst. I don't know. I'll pick a random place. It sounds like it's, I don't know. There's a part of me, and let me know if you live here and you feel otherwise, but I picture, like, I don't know, Kansas. I can't imagine Kansas is like an amazing place to go riding. Maybe it's just me, but I picture flat, straight cornfields. You're just looking at the same thing. I mean, at least here, I mean, I got a chance of an alligator crossing the road, which would, you know, freak me out and stuff, but it adds to the excitement. You know what I mean? And this is just, you know, this isn't, I don't know, I guess it's underwhelming. It is what it is. Like, it's underwhelming, but, you know, it's comfortable, it's predictable, it's nice, it's a nice little neighborhood, you know, nothing crazy. It's enjoyable in a relaxed kind of way, like a you're on vacation kind of way, which I don't hate, if I'm being honest. Another thing they can do too is I'll show you around the community a little more. Ugh. Yeah, the irrigation though, good grief. It's like they're like, oh, what water should we use to keep the grass hydrated? Definitely the fucking water that goes down the toilet. Let's put it to use. That's what it smells like anyways. It's nasty. But anyways, here I am looking like a creep in the parking lot because somebody's over there in their car. They're probably like, what's this bozo doing? I'm gonna show you. Alright, this is where it gets interesting though. This is the most adventuresome that it's gonna get. Okay, because it's gonna get darker and we're gonna be on what is essentially a sidewalk. So there's that. There's the playground. There's a water pad thing for the kids to play in, which is really great. They love it. Bocce courts. Can't really see it because my light's not shining on it, but there's the moon. There's the water, little pond, little lake, and then this is the walkway. Now, this also is the part where, you know, you might see alligators. Yeehaw. And I think it's May, so I can't remember like 100%, but I want to say maybe it's mating season, which, well, I guess I didn't really take that fully into consideration before I pulled the trigger on going down this pathway, but anyways, let's hope for the best, I guess. Be the most interesting thing that happens in this stupid frickin' video. And then the bushes are right next to you, and you can hear things rustling around in them, so that's extra fun too. Maybe it's a squirrel. Maybe it's a gator that's wanting to, you know, get jiggy. And then it gets pissed off when it sees that I'm not a female gator, and then it's like, well, I'm gonna fix that by chomping his legs off. Yeah, try to pedal that stupid bicycle now, you jerk. Don't try to trick me next time when I'm trying to get it on with a whoa man alligator. But yeah, you can see that, enough talking about that, because it's starting to freak me out a little bit. Yeah, but this is nice, huh? Around the corner. Oh, man! Yeah. Pine needles on the ground. But yeah, this is nice. You can see my nice community. Nice little pond there. I don't know if the video is going to come out good, but I hope that it maybe does, because it looks really nice through my eyeballs without looking through the camera. And the GoPro is on easy setting, but supposedly one of the better settings for low light situations. Hopefully it shows up. I don't know. I think this is where everybody does reviews on the DJI Osmo or something, and they say that it's way better. Maybe that's BS, maybe it's true, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, it's a nice path to walk on. It's a nice path to ride on. Assuming there's no humongous reptiles crossing the pathway. Yep, straight. I think I remember where I'm going. Not 100% sure, but yeah, Florida nighttime ride. Woo woo. Bunch of little bridges that are fun to go over. I can't remember the battery life on this headlight either, so not a great place to be if the battery all of a sudden takes a dumperooski. I don't know, hopefully it doesn't happen. It would suck. Yeah, this is just, it's a nice place to ride. It's a nice place to live. I don't hate it. It's, again, it's not my first choice. But at the same time, like, it's really not bad. Feels like I'm on a scaled down version of like Jurassic Park. And the alligators are the T-Rex. And then here's my street, conveniently. Pops out right here. This is Shimmering Oak Circle. Yeah, so it's just a, that was just a nice little spin around bike ride for the night. As you can see, it's really a pretty nice, relaxed place to go cycling. Very enjoyable. I mean, I feel like I have beaten to death the fact that it's not my first choice, but it's not bad at all. So we'll just leave it at that. But conversation-wise, I guess I just kind of fizzled out towards the end. But to be honest with you, I still don't even know if you can even hear anything. So I don't think I'm gonna go too crazy about that. But either way, that's about it. And there's my house. And now we're gonna turn onto this street, this is what I call Garage Street, because all there is garages. It's just the back of people's houses. There's my car with its stupid blue wheels. I'm actually gonna go through the front door though, because actually I can't remember exactly why I'm doing that, but we're gonna do it. I don't know what's going on here. It's like some sort of irrigation malfunction. Yeah. That thing's that's a pain in the ass too. It's actually causing a big problem with my house, but we're not gonna talk about that. Alright, anyways, here we are. Here's my street and my house. And if I have any sense in me at all, I'm gonna stop the video before I get to my house. just kidding. I don't think it really matters. But anyways, that's a wrap. Oh. Yep, that's it. It's the dumb dog. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.